iPad is recording.
How's the YouTube looking?
It looks great.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, winning.
Okay.
Chow.
Are you live on Instagram?
Yes, we are live on Instagram.
Okay, let me pull that up.
Are we both in the picture? Yeah. All right.
You need me to be closer. You know, I could be closer to you.
I think we're fine.
Closer than close.
First of all, don't say it like that, Toy.
No, but I'm just look. I'm looking. I'm looking. No, I'm trying to make sure we good. Can you check YouTube to make sure our sounds good as well?
Yeah, it's going.
I said sounds good. You gotta go on your YouTube to see if it sounds good.
I only have a.
You have a third phone.
Okay.
BTS's, y'all. BTS's. This is what you need. You know what I mean? The fun things of life.
I can see it. That is. But okay.
You can see that the audio's moving.
Yes.
But it's about the clarity of the audio. That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
She's trying to make sure her sound is sounded.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. I just want to make sure it sounds good. And if it doesn't, I'll just have to loop it. I'll just have to, you know what I do? You know, I do my audio engineering thing after the fact. So.
It's because it's not as easy as like, you know how you can switch accounts on Instagram and it's like boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy to do that on
YouTube. You could just use regular YouTube.
That's what I'm doing.
I need this one.
Alright. Let's go for Oceans. Live.
Because I need to tell my people that it's playing.
Alright, say something.
What up, y'all? Because you know last time they said it wasn't. No.
It sounded, I can hear it.
Okay, you can hear it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's read it. Let me see. A little bit late. Okay. Ooh, that wasn't cute. What's up, y'all? This is Toya V. Make sure you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. And we're talking about the 5 stages of a man's life. So, just go to the damn thing. Okay? Just go. Okay? At the Toya V Show. Love y'all. Thanks for the support.
Did we get the
Make
stages
sure
rolled down?
you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. That's it. And we're talking about the 5 stages of a man's life. So, just go to the damn thing. Okay? Just go. Okay? At the Toya V Show. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. What's up, y'all? This is Toya V. Make sure you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. And we're talking about the 5 stages of a man's life. So, just go to the damn thing. Okay? Just go. Okay? At the Toya V Show. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. What's up, y'all? This is Toya V. Make sure you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. And we're talking about the 5 stages of a man's life. So, just go to the damn thing. Okay? Just go. Okay? At the Toya V Show. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. What's up, y'all? This is Toya V. Make sure you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. All right. So the audio is good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I made this post. Now, I'm going to take this post and send it to all the people, and then I will go back live on the other phone. This is something new.
Give me that post.
What's up, y'all? This is Toya V. Make sure you tune into my live. I'm here with Geno. And we're talking about the 5 stages of a man's life. So, y'all? This is Toya B. Make sure you
Coach
tune
Cotton
into
said
my
that we
live.
can see that she can see us on live and you massaging your face. Coach Cotton said that she massaging your face.
First of all, why y'all got me out here like that?
I mean, that's what she said to tell you.
I felt like I was exposed.
I mean, all the cameras on you now. Like 3, 4 of them.
Just go at the Toya B Show. Love.
Ooh, I gotta get my nails done, child. Gotta get my nails done. Well, did you get the stages for me?
Yeah. I just got them labeled. Like I got like the one.
Okay, so you're gonna say the stages because
5
you
stages
have.
is the baby. The second stage is youth.
Yeah.
Third stage.
So you'll say it since it's right there,
Okay.
and then while you doing all of that, write down the Proverbs.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, and then give me the piece of paper.
Yes, ma'am.
And put the statistics. Well, I know the statistics.
You know the statistics.
No, the statistics, which is crazy. The statistics. A little bit late, but it's okay.
Y'all, thanks for the support.
Huh?
What's up, y'all?
Did I send it to them? I don't think I sent it. Did I send it to people? Oh, okay. Let me go back.
What's up, y'all? This is Toya.
All right, let's try to get this going. This is the first time I've ever been late. For a good reason, though.
Make sure
For a good reason.
you.
Okay. Let me not touch that. Let me do it like this. 5 stages of a man's life. Tune in.
You on CP time tonight?
Wow.
Because we're doing something new, and I appreciate everybody who is.
What's the new thing that we're doing?
Oh, so the new setup. It's a new setup.
It's a new setup.
Yeah. So
Okay.
normally I wouldn't be using my personal phone,
Mm-hmm.
but because that Android wasn't Android.
It wasn't Android.
It wasn't Android.
It
'Cause I know
was
you.
Androiding.
Well, yeah. So it wasn't Android like it's supposed to Android with the good, you know what I'm saying, camera. Because y'all are known for good
You
cameras.
didn't have a Samsung, did you?
Of course not. That was free. That was free from T-Mobile. That was free from T-Mobile. But yeah. So.
Tune into my live.
Dang, why do you keep doing that? Okay.
I'm here with Geno.
Am I sending this to people? Did I send it?
You got long arms.
There are 5 stages in a man's life, and these stages are around.
What's up, y'all?
Okay, let me try this one more time. A little late. It's okay. See how to make this noise. It works when you do it. Okay. No, because I need to focus. Okay. Tonight's topic is 5 stages of a man's life. Tune in. Bam! I sent it to 54 people.
Toya B. Make sure.
Okay.
Just because you.
Just cause you. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, the title 5 stages of a man's life. Call in number 404-475-9923.
Yes. 404-457-9923.
407 404 40. Call in. Sorry, we normally like on time with this.
It's the yes, and the answer was wrong.
Oh, I thought I heard it right.
So you saw that, right? You saw, okay, that's what.
I thought you didn't say 9923.
No, it was the middle numbers that I had wrong.
Oh, 457-9923. Hey.
Look, I'm messing up more than you, so.
No, it's just hilarious watching it.
That makes us look blue. I mean, orange. I don't like none of those. You look like you got makeup on.
Yep.
Alright. We just gonna go with this. Okay. Alright. Going live. Hi everybody, this is Toya V. You are tuned in to Logic Over Emotions, a platform for men to speak freely and women to finally listen. And yes, I did say finally listen, so please don't get triggered, okay? This platform is not about you, ladies, okay? But you can call in if you have any questions. Gentlemen, you can also call in as well to be a part of the show. So, the man of the hour is Mr. Who? Mr. Who?
Oh, you want me to introduce myself?
Mr. Who?
My bad. This is Geno. I'm sorry.
Hey, who are you?
I'm sorry. I'm Geno Smith. No, give me the layup. I don't know.
This is Geno the poet.
It's been a while, so
It's okay.
It's been a while. Okay.
It's okay, but I'm here with you. I'm here with you. And then I got Bree on the call lines.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey.
What's up? So tonight's topic is 5 stages of a man's life. Let's check it out.
There are 5 stages in a man's life, and these stages are around attention, love, maturity. So stage 1 is a baby. A baby cries for attention and love because that's the only thing they know how to do. Stage 2 is a youth. They yearn for attention and love, right? Still not mature. Stage 3 is a young male. They act out for attention based on emotions. They react instead of respond. They're only focused on what they want, what they need, and they're not concerned with anybody else's feelings. Stage 4, this is good. Grown man. He gives attention and love. Asterisk. It's conditional. Only when he feels like he's receiving something in return. So if we stage 4, and we like, yo, I'm a grown man, like, and I'm justified because she didn't do this, I'm not gonna do that. Because I ain't got nothing to measure it against. But if you know now, there's another level. There's a stage 5. Stage 5 is a mature man. He is love. He is attention. He is super self-aware. And he gives it unconditional. That's a truth. So no matter how many times my son been in jail, that's love. I'm love. There are 5 stages in a man's life.
All right, there's 5 stages in a man's life. So the topics that I had sent you, what made you choose this one?
I thought this was perfect. For first of all, for where I am and some of the things that I have going on right now. But I think it's necessary to really articulate this because I think so often it gets missed that growth needs to happen.
Right.
And so because that gets missed, then it's hard to identify what stages we're in, what's going on, and how we should be executing in those moments. And so being able to kind of highlight that and really, I think not only for men, but also for women to kind of explain what's happening and then, to really articulate if that has not happened, then what's going on, how that man is going to show up in his relationship. So I thought this was a good one.
Okay. So, Brico, let's go ahead and go with the first stage.
So the first stage is being a baby. Basically, he summed it up by babies cry for attention and love.
So, how do you, what do you think about that? Like, do you agree with him, or do you, have some extra to put on top of that?
So I think this is important. So we said stages of being a man, right? I want to highlight that these should be stages in a man's journey, in a man's life, for sure. But as a man, you put away childish things. So now there is still some growing that happens as a man, but if you are a man and you're still acting like a baby, that's a problem.
Right, because you haven't even grown at all.
At all. You missed the whole 4 stages.
Exactly. So for me though, let's talk about that a little bit, because what we don't realize is that a man isn't an age, right? I know we're here, we're in the States or wherever, and whether it's a rite of passage or whether it is, legally, say, hey, here in the United States at 18,
you're a man because
right?
you can,
Right.
get into a club.
Yeah, you can put your name on some stuff and consider yourself responsible.
Right.
That is because there is an assumption that some level of interaction and socialization and maturity has happened. But for a lot of us, for a lot of men, when you're talking about receiving love, in order for us to emit love, in order for us to give love, we first of all have to receive love unconditionally.
Right.
And then we have to understand that it is unconditional love.
Right.
Now, here's what happens for us. When we're babies, we're doing a lot of interacting, and for some of us, our experience has not been a true interaction of unconditional love, and that's unfortunate.
And some of y'all don't get attention as a young child as well.
Absolutely, especially as a young man. We've talked about this in shows before. Young black men, young men period though, but you're told, hey, you can't cry, you can't, especially back when I was growing up in the 80s, you couldn't show any signs of femininity or softness.
Right,
I know it's changed a little bit now, but when I was growing up, there was a hard line between what a man could and should be,
yeah.
What he should do, what he could play with, those kinds of things. And if
he got off of that, he became sassy, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so how that was conveyed, how that was displayed to a lot of us, that tough love came in the way of coldness. It came in the way of disconnection.
Right.
It came in the way. It sometimes it even came in the way of, hey, if you got whooped.
Right. Right.
So
I felt that belt.
And
whatever was there.
You don't realize this. Because I was raised that way.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but we don't realize this now that I've matured a little bit. Is that we were partnering our love with abuse. Now, we don't. A lot of us.
He gets a ding for that, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll use the scripture and we'll try to do that, and I won't get into that. But what that did, that conditioning was said that the same person who would give you a feather would also give you a rod.
Right.
And that that kind of it distorts how you view love. So a lot of us from the baby stage,
Mm-hmm.
we don't even know what real love is, right? And so then, right, you have to go off and discover that.
Right.
And I think sometimes that's we go to the next stage. We go to that youth stage where we're yearning, but here's what's going to be the challenge though in that stage. Now we're yearning to fix
what we didn't get as a child.
Oh, now that's a problem. So we see love now as whatever the opposite, but the same.
Go ahead and break that down for me.
Well, so we start to look for, we only understand love through what we experience it through.
Right.
Right? So, hey, whatever we got when we was a baby, that's what told us what love was.
Okay.
Okay. So then we're going, and now I'm looking for love. If that was a bit funky, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for funky love.
The toxic. Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And it does the same thing where it kind of triggers me in a way, but I'm still yearning for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we get in relationships where, as we start growing up, I'm getting in a relationship and I'm looking for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't really like that.
And people.
And yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if, my mama, was a crackhead, I'm looking for a crackhead mama. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what's the next stage?
And hold on, no. So check this out.
Why you not on crack? I need you to be on crack.
So check this out. And so it may not look literally like you do crack, but you have some sort of addictive behavior that as a man I feel like I need to fix.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what that looks like. That thing, you know what I'm saying, that, I see it. When I was growing up, my mom, she had these issues. I wanted to fix that, or I experienced that. And in every relationship, it looks like that.
So that's basically stage 3, right? The young man?
The young man. And it says here that basically they act out for attention and love, and they react instead of respond.
Absolutely.
So that's why they look for a crackhead.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest. I say this because I had always heard that growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, men they're looking for their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really understand it in its totality, and I didn't necessarily feel like it was true, because that just seems nasty.
I get it.
No, I
get it.
I totally feel that. I don't want my daddy.
No, you know what I'm saying?
daddy.
I'm not looking for my mom. And so this is funny. This is true story. My oldest son's mom, we were together. This was before he was born, and we were together. We had been dating, and we had to meet. And we pulled up in the parking lot, and we're parked next to each other, but in opposite directions. So literally looking at her like you're looking at me.
Right.
And I look over, and I look in her face, and I realize she looks exactly like my mother. And y'all think I'm joking. Because I almost stopped messing with her at that moment.
For real?
I was freaked out. Yeah, I did. Because I'm telling you something. She looked so much like my mother that when my son was born, we were in the hospital. My mom came in, of course, to see my son. She looked so much like my mother that they thought my mother was her mother, and I was
You was the outsider.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, that's crazy.
So,
yeah, because you know what? A little bit, my dad and his mom and my mom have the same name. Right? That's crazy. So it kind of making sense.
And so what happened is I started to realize, right, that, well, first of all, And then you had to see my mom. Now, this is a true story. And everybody says this, but this is a true story, bro, for me. My mother's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's absolutely beautiful. You see her right now. My mom, she looked like she's 45 right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and so that was a compliment to my mother, right?
Right.
But I also started to realize that I saw love through my experience through her, and I realized as a child, my mom worked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My mom worked 3 jobs. She was very rarely at home. She wasn't able to be at home.
Right.
So I experienced love, but not necessarily direct connection.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
I see where you're coming from.
So for me, you know, you didn't have to be there for me to know I loved you.
Right.
You know, you just
knew that because I provided this. That shows. So acts of service was her way of showing love. But we didn't know the love languages as a child.
Exactly. But here was another thing, though. My mother was very, very stressed, right? Handling all of the things on her own at the time, doing all of these things. And so that, especially during those times, that displayed, and as a child, I saw that. Innately, I wanted to stop being in stressful situations. Right. So now when I'm looking at love, it's for me, I want to make sure that if my woman, if she starts to look like she's stressed, hey, I got you. You know, so I started looking for that. And so, well, how that translated was, I mean, a lot of the women that I was with, they was real,
Be careful now.
See, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the right word here.
Yeah.
You know, I found myself oftentimes needing to be a counselor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
a listening ear.
A listening ear to a very passionate and fiery woman. And I found myself, you know, kind of repeatedly in that experience, right? But also being turned off by it because I'm saying, I don't want this. I don't want you all up in arms. But the person I'm getting with is this person who seems to always be
up in arms.
You know what I'm saying? What is this? Why do I keep finding the same thing, right? Because I'm experiencing love and I'm translating it the same way until I can finally grow to understand for myself what real love is. And that's the part where you start to become selfish.
And you start to become a taker?
And here's the thing. That is absolutely necessary.
Why is it necessary?
Because the only way that you can appreciate giving is to have received. And we don't realize this. See, we want perfection, but the only way that you'll really get balance is through imbalance.
Okay.
And I know that's kind of philosophical, but in truth...
Break it down, because I'm trying to understand.
In truth, you have to fully know you. And that's where, and I'm going to talk about black men now, we are not given the space to truly get to know ourselves. We're not given the space to identify, to emote, to rebut if necessary, to say no, to say I disagree, to ask questions, to challenge. A lot of us, you know, and again, I'm talking from my experience. Again, you know, I grew up in the 80s. But from that experience, those things were very, very challenging. And so you're talking about not really given the space to know how to love yourself.
Right.
To love yourself is to be selfish. It is literally to be able to be concerned about only me.
Right. Because
the only way that I can love you like me is if I know how to love me first.
Right.
And now what happens is, in that, you'll start to understand where you overstep boundaries.
Okay.
And in love, because when you are truly trying to walk, first of all, immaturity in love, when you start to see that, that's never intentional.
Right.
That's never something that you are looking to do because I just want to destroy everything. No,
Right.
I'm looking for mine.
Right.
Once I can define mine, and I can, and that's what's different for, I think, men and women. Men, when you kind of think about the masculine and feminine energy,
Mm-hmm.
Masculine energy is about creating definition, about
Mm-hmm.
creating boundaries. Once I can define mine, then I can protect it. I can sustain it. I know how to love it. But if I'm not given that space to do so, I don't know what's mine, what's not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always feeling like I don't have enough, or I don't have that thing. And so there's no rest.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have a question. Do you believe, so Steve Harvey said, a man doesn't really know who he is unless he knows what he does, knows how much money he makes, and it was one more thing. My brain just went blank. But have you heard of that? Where he said a man doesn't truly know who he is. Now it's he has to know who he is. He has to know what he does. He needs to know how much he makes, and then he needs to know who he is. I think that's it. That's when a man can truly love a woman. It was something like that. I might have screwed it up, but I hope if you could look for it, just put in ChatGPT.
I'm gonna tell you, I haven't heard it, but what that really equates to me, and I agree, is he has to have a full understanding of his purpose. When you're talking about those things, that's really wrapping up what he has in his hand and what he intends to do with it. And that's kind of what the space of getting to know yourself really allows you to do. And that's kind of where I wanted to go with that, because I totally agree with that. When you can be in a space to love yourself, what you find is what your desires are.
Right.
And when you are intimate with what pleases you,
Mm-hmm.
and what you feel like your God-given rights are,
Mm-hmm.
then you start to move in that direction with clarity and with confidence. And so when you are connecting with a woman,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you already know, you can already see how she fits into your world.
Right.
Because you know what your world looks like. And so you start to frame, all right, so baby, what do you like?
Right.
These are your desires? Okay, see, I can now restructure my world to include you.
Right.
And make sure that you're safe and you're protected. He starts to build these mental, but in that's his love.
Mm-hmm.
That's his act of service, his protection, right?
Right.
And he can do that fully understanding himself. And now I'm saying he doesn't feel any challenge or threat to whatever you got going on.
Right.
Whatever it is that you want, it's not a threat to what I got going on, because
Right.
I'm already fully aware of what this is. It's only when I'm immature, it's only when I haven't had the space to know how I'm going to do what I'm doing. And I feel like you now become either a distraction or interference or a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When my vision isn't clear.
Okay. Do you feel like men normally deal with that in stage 4? And what is stage 4?
Stage 4 is being a grown man, and that's when he gives attention and love, but it's conditionally. But I want to say I found the Steve Harvey thing that you were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and without you saying exactly like what it was, you summed it up so I was reading and I'm listening to you, and I'm like, I don't even need to go over this. But just for kicks and giggles, he says that Steve Harvey has emphasized that a man truly knowing himself, including his purpose, worth, and thought patterns, is the foundation for success in life and relationships. He often points out that a man is as he thinketh, and stresses that men must discover who they are to achieve their goals and provide stability. And that's what you
basically said.
But while I got y'all here, we have a few comments. Sidewaysradio.com3 says that you have to choose the life and not have it chosen for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we have Mr. Craig Williams on YouTube. He said yes, yes. And Mr. Craig Williams on YouTube, he said yes, yes, and yes. So he's agreeing with everything. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig. Okay, so now we're in stage 4.
Stage 4, again, grown man stage, gives attention and love, but it is done so conditionally.
So, again, now you're talking about, all right, and this is a level of maturity. This isn't. I don't think this is necessarily
a stage.
Well, for men or women, because we both, as we mature, interact in this way, but. From the standpoint of a man, a lot of men get stuck here. That is, I've gotten to that place where I'm real big and bad. When we were teenagers, our mothers would say, "Oh, he's smelling himself."
Smelling himself. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That stage comes back around, and some of us maybe even never leave out of it. But you know what I mean? It's that feeling of, oh, this mine. You know what I'm saying? And it's real egotistical.
Okay.
Right? And that's okay because, you know what I'm saying, when we're out and when we're moving in the corporate world and so on and so forth, we got to kind of have that swag.
Right.
But it creates that expectation that if I am doing something, then something should be given back to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking in that moment to see how my actions produce, right? And so when I give love,
right,
I
want to expect it back.
And I want to see, but see, here's the thing, right? I want to see it the way that I understand it.
Oh my goodness.
And so
hit the bell.
The thing about that. The thing about that is if I have not matured, and in that stage I haven't fully matured, then I only understand it through the eyes of, again, reciprocity. And I only also understand it through the eyes of still the young man that I was that hasn't been fully healed.
Yeah.
That hasn't fully grown.
So a part of you sometimes teeter-totters from stage 3 and 4.
Absolutely. I'm still holding on to, is this really love? Do you really love me? Can I really let go? Am I really see, because
or am I saved?
Thank you. Because that's what it boils down to. Remember, so follow me on this, right? I said, unconsciously, we're all looking for our moms, right? Well, why is that? Because here's the truth. Because for a man, that's the first place I felt completely safe, and the last place I felt completely safe until I built my own safety. That's where the purpose comes in. Within purpose, there is safety. Without purpose, there is uncertainty. And uncertainty always brings anxiety. It always brings stress until you become comfortable there.
Do you feel like that's when people, like a lot of men get angry?
Absolutely. That is the cause of the anger. In one way or another, uncertainty.
I have Mr. Sidewaysradio.com. He asks, what if you have a toxic mother?
And that's the challenge. That's kind of what we're talking about. So
I think he missed it when we talked about the crackhead mom.
I'm saying,
you're still looking for it. You're still looking for that. Like, again, we're not talking about like if she actually a crackhead, but like yeah, like if your mom was a toxic mom, that's still like that was your source of safety.
So
you still gonna look for that type of safety until you realize that that's not safe.
Absolutely, and then you can reframe it,
Yeah,
or reshape it. And so that's what I'm talking about, Toya V. So we're looking for, right, when we're saying, hey, we're looking for a mom. I'm looking for, because this is what mom provided. It's not that I'm looking for my mama.
Right.
I'm looking for what my mother provided in that moment, that kind of love, if the love was as it was supposed to, right? Mm-hmm. And what that was, that's the place where I can be completely vulnerable to be me. Think about this.
Cause mama gonna fight for you.
No. We ain't
That's protection, though.
Sure, but we ain't got to go that far. We got to go that far, Toya V. My mama, she wiped my butt as an infant. My mama is the only person besides that woman that I got in the bed with who knows what my genitals look like.
I have seen the crack of your.
I'm gonna tell you. See, we don't. We don't consciously think about this, but we are so wired, right, to, you know what I'm saying, especially in our culture, you know what I'm saying, we're so wired to, can I say balls?
No.
I can't.
Genitals.
That's genital. Okay, I was trying to say. But I'm saying, we are so wired to how the impression that gives. Mm-hmm. We are so wired to hate because that is the summation of who we are. Right. When we take it all off, when we become intimate, if I have satisfied you with my manhood,
right,
then I am
that man.
Right? If I have not, then it ain't nothing I can do, because this all I got. Right? And so my mama don't care about it. My mama, I'm saying it naturally, but psychologically,
it makes sense.
My mother accepts all of me, whether big or small, fat, beautiful, ugly, whatever it is that I consider myself, my mother accepts that.
Right.
Whatever it is that I consider myself, my mother accepts that.
Right.
All right. I am looking for someone who will do the same thing. That whatever it is, whatever it is that I consider myself, she'll accept me. Right. But here's the challenge, Toya V. It ain't nothing right now in this society. Sorry, thank you. There ain't nothing in this society, in this culture, that says that me completely naked, if I have not met whatever these standards are, that she gonna accept me.
Right. And you're talking about the checklist that women have, 6 figures and all stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
So if I'm now going through these stages, if I've not, that's why Steve Harvey said what he said. Because if I've not figured all of that out, then I feel vulnerable. And I need someone who's going to love me even when I'm vulnerable.
Right.
So we have a few comments. Sideways Radio says, as a man, the only way to think is confident, masculine, smart, nice, and rich. And then he also said that I don't think all men have that in their mother, which we've been speaking about. Then moving over to YouTube, we have Miss Coach M. Cotton. She said that experience that you're speaking in reference to is not true for most men, referring to the feeling safety from their mothers. There are men who have never felt safe with their mom or mother figure, and that's true. That may be true for your personal experience, and for that group of men who didn't have that experience, they pursued the exact opposite.
So I'm agreeing, and I think that's maybe what we missed from the beginning where I started. Yeah. Is that's the whole point. For most of us, especially most black men, there was not that feeling of safety. I've described what should happen. That's what we're longing for.
Right.
Yeah.
We still long for it, whether it was actually safe or not. So what happens then when you have experienced trauma, then the trauma is what you then search for.
Yeah, because you don't know anything else.
Because you don't know anything else.
You don't know love. You don't know like what real love is. So like you want real love, but you don't actually know how to achieve that because you've never received it. Like you've never seen, like maybe have never seen like a healthy relationship, or you know, maybe you see like the only relationships you see that are quote unquote healthy are the ones on TV. Mm-hmm. So, and those aren't real. So like you're just out here in the world trying to figure out life and really just what feels good. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying, and everything that feels good isn't good for you.
Ooh.
So
she gets a D.
I get one every week.
You know, and that because what we're doing is it does feel good, but it's placating. It is, you know, giving us something for the symptoms, but not addressing the problem. Okay. And that's kind of the challenge that we have as we walk through this path of manhood and love. It's discovering what it is outside of that situation, because whether or not it was good or bad, you still have to find yourself
in that situation
outside of it. But what you build on is that foundation.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to come back around,
right,
one way or the other. You're gonna have to come back around one way or the other. You're gonna have to find yourself through the foundation of, hey, everything was great, and maybe this is why I said the imbalance. Right. Everything was great, so you became too selfish.
Right.
Or everything was horrible, and you became too giving.
So you think in that area, that's where the narcissist and the simp comes from, is stage 4?
No, I think that for me that happens.
I would say as a young man.
Yeah. You know, that
yeah.
Narcissism happens, in my opinion, as because of trauma, mm-hmm. And this is a response to trauma from one perspective or another. Now, you know, trauma. The thing about trauma is that trauma happens on different levels for different people.
Mm-hmm.
But narcissism is your mental response. This is how I protect myself, again, when I feel vulnerable.
And so do you believe that's also the opposite of a simp? Like they overperform because they're...
For sure.
But are you really a simp if you just love, if that's your love language? Like you're,
no.
like...
No.
So would what's his name? Russell? What's his name? Sierra's husband.
You asking me and I can't think of his face. The football player.
Oh yeah.
Would he?
Because I don't like him. For football reasons.
Okay,
football reasons. I'm a football fan, y'all. A real, true life female football fan.
Right.
So I don't like him for that. But like as far as how he treats his wife, I love that.
Yeah,
and his family, I love that.
But people will see him as a simp.
Russell Wilson.
And I'm gonna say
thank you, Coach Patton.
All of the people who saw him as a simp and or had a problem were single and or miserable.
They're the problem. They're the problem. All the people, like, everybody that has a problem with Russell Wilson, they are like, they follow Future, and they're not gonna have one.
Yeah, I'm saying you can't. You're looking
like that.
You're looking at someone who is saying, "I love,"
right,
and I am available to love, and I'm receiving it, and I'm willing to show it. I don't have a problem with that.
So, like, a lot of women need to stop looking at somebody like that as being simps. But I believe that's, if a woman can't receive that type of love.
What do we say makes him a simp?
I think that this is a good transition to stage 5,
mm-hmm.
which is a mature man.
Uh-huh.
And he is love, he is attention, and he is self-aware, and all of this is done unconditionally. And that's exactly what Russell Wilson has done. he doesn't care about anything else but except for his wife and his family. Like nobody can say anything, and she's the same way. But we talk about him. But like nobody can say anything to like talk down on them. Like he is the
because he knows himself.
He knows who he is. You know?
And this for me, Toya V, is what did it. You said, hey, what made you choose this video? And it was right here that I said, ding, 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 this is the one. And it was actually the gentleman who was interviewing who said, this is agape love. We've been talking about, Steve brought it up, we've mentioned it, and this is kind of the place that I've come to, and that is the place of purpose. That place where you really understand what it is that you've been put on this earth to do. And when you are there, you not only see yourself, but you see all of the people and the things that are involved and how they reflect you.
Right.
How they are a part of you, and how you, to a large degree, are a part of them. You start to understand how God has, for those people who are in your circle.
Like your brotherhood.
You start to really understand how you've become aligned, right? And that makes you want to protect that, give of yourself to that more than any other thing. That then now it you understand that giving to your significant other is giving to yourself. That's what, we've talked about the Bible, the two becoming one flesh. That's what starts to happen mentally. You start to, there's no separation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, between the purpose that I serve and the purpose that you serve.
Right.
The things that I want and the things that you want. And so whenever you want something, giving it to you, I don't need to see anything come back from it.
Right.
Because it is just,
it's
all the same. There's this show, it's so crazy. There's this show, it's called Pluribus. It comes on Apple TV. Have y'all seen it?
I heard of it and haven't seen it.
Okay, so it's oh my God, it was the weirdest thing ever. And it's weird. First of all, it's an extremely slow show, but it kind of goes off into this whole collective hive mind philosophy.
Right.
And it kind of displays that, but they don't have any separation. It's not that they are all doing the same thing, right? Like they're zombies. They just don't have any separation of individuality between. So while one is working, in one place and one is doing their other thing, they still all the same.
Right.
Right? And that's kind of what ends up happening when you really mature and you start to love. Not that, you become, oh my God, you think all the thoughts I think. No. But you
Oh my God, we're the same person.
We're the
oh my
same.
God.
No. Oh my God.
I'm real.
No. But left and right brain become the same brain. It's no longer a separate brain.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. And so now because we all connected, we all moving in the same direction, we all doing the same thing. Everything that gets done, that's what. It's what Jesus was talking about. The toe isn't more important than the hand isn't more important than the foot. And, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Because we all the same body moving in the same direction. That's agape love.
Right.
That's love for real. When it's just, it is love that expresses itself without limitation, without restriction, because it understands purpose and that all is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Just real quick, Sideways Radio said, because we were asking why is Russell Wilson considered a simp? Just going back, he said they called him a simp because Sierra was a single mom, but he also said, but now they have he got his own kids with her now, and so because single mothers don't deserve happiness.
Oh no, that's stupid.
That's very stupid.
Yeah.
that's what we have Seven City said, hey Sid.
Say what up, though?
He said unconditional love without expectations actually yields the greatest results. I agree with that as well.
But that is to Sarah's point. It can't be unconditional unless it does not have expectation. And you know it's funny, Toya, when you're talking about loving people, and this is kind of a sidebar. I remember being with a young lady and expressing that that's how I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying she swore up and down that that kind of love did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
She could not
accept it.
And she could not understand it. So here's the problem. I'm giving you something that you can only receive through your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was so challenging for me because
Go ahead.
then understanding how she loved me. If that's how you see it, you don't love me.
So
you also don't love yourself.
Okay, so would you say that is also another level of unequally yoked?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That's why we're not together.
Yeah, the way they love is totally different. So that would.
Yeah.
Don't even see love the same type of way.
Yeah, and when you're in a relationship, so now let's talk about, because I spoke a long time, I know, but I talked about the appreciation for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of these phases are necessary, but sometimes we get in relationships and we expect that the person that we're with is in this agape love stage, and first of all, most of us rarely get there. Most of us rarely get there because we don't know anybody who's there. Our mamas ain't there. Our daddies ain't there. When you talk about these broken and fractured homes and, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So who gave you agape love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, now we're getting with the man,
Mm-hmm.
and expecting that, you know, he knows all of his purpose and so on and so forth. We've gotten with this guy, he's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know nothing.
Right.
But you want him to be a grown man.
Right.
Well, sure, he is. He's on the path.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't understand that he's on the path,
Mm-hmm.
then now you are holding him to a standard that he, at that level of maturity, is never going to be able to produce. Someone has to understand that enough to say, well, if we together, then I'm that's what growing pains are.
Yeah, my therapist, he said that if a woman dates a younger man, she needs to know that he's going to be growing together, and she needs to make sure that she's not a mother to him,
Mm-hmm.
but actually to assist him. So she might see that, okay, you know, there's those things that, okay, he has to touch the stove on this one. You know what I mean? Even though I should say something, but this is something where he has to touch the stove versus being like, no, you shouldn't do that because I'm older than you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and that's what.
Oh, you a cougar. Okay, I got it.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Why would, okay.
Yeah.
God, okay, James.
So,
boys, huh?
no, they just, you know what's so crazy is the only people that talk to me.
And apparently you
It's
talk
because
back.
black don't crack. You look good, girl.
Look, no.
Facts.
But look, hold on. First of all, don't get me with they the only people that talk to me. Apparently you talk back.
No, what I'm trying to say, they're the only people that actually be like, hey, you know, I like you, da-da-da-da-da.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what ends up happening.
You notice she didn't answer my question, though.
What, I talk back? Of course.
Because you're seeing the therapist asking the therapist.
No, right. I asked because you know the therapist. He called. Remember, were you here?
Don't let me do that, dude.
No. But do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it's all about do you remember? Listen, I don't have a problem. Yes, I date young. My auntie dates younger. I got it for her. Okay, so that's really where it came from, my auntie.
But see, I think.
But anyway.
But if you're older dating a younger man, I don't know if I agree with your therapist. I mean, I think to some degree, yeah,
No,
you
well,
let him touch the stove. But I'm saying the reason that he like you is because you remind him of his mama. And I'm saying,
Right.
you got the wisdom there. Show them wisdom. That's the
Right,
point.
but he was just.
But sometimes it's wise to let you touch the soul. Like
True.
sometimes it's wise to let you learn your own.
That's why I did.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
I do agree sometimes.
Yeah, that's like auntie stuff.
Just
I do
like
that with
not
my
like
nephews
as a
all the
rule.
time.
As a rule, like
every now and then, like I
yeah.
might be like, listen, just don't do that. That's stupid.
Right.
But other times I'll be listening. I'll be like, that is just the dumbest thing. But I don't say nothing. Don't touch that stove. Burn yourself. Get that scar. And now when you see that scar, you're gonna remember to not do that again. Because now you have a visual or a physical, you know, what artifact? I don't know. I can't think of the word.
It's tangible.
You know, yeah, like, you know, sometimes you gotta, but that goes with everybody though. Like sometimes you gotta touch the stove. People are hard headed these days. So
so that and so back to what I was saying. So do you feel that because let's let me get my thoughts together. So at the stage when we're at the stage 5, right, is a man actually knowing his purpose. He knows how to love. He's unconditional. Do you think he gets to that point based off of life choices or the people that he surrounds himself with, or both?
It's definitely both. You don't get there by accident, and you don't get there without the right people around you. So, being able to really understand or make a decision, about what it is that you're doing, and how it is that you are going to move as a man, and I believe the gentleman kind of said, being confident, the only way to go, and I agree with that. Once you get that, then you understand the network of people that you got to put around you in order to build it, because you can't do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you, the men that are in stage 4, what would you tell them would be some things that could help them get to stage 5?
We have to understand as men that we never stop growing. We never know it all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if we understand that, and we're always looking to improve, then we're always looking inside for the answer. And the more we look inside for that answer, the more we become introspective, the more we see how our actions affect others. And we start to do that because we understand more, because we start to love ourselves more. We give ourselves space for that. And we understand how others' actions affect us and why. And we start to really get into the why am I seeing things the way that I am seeing it? Why am I continuing to do things that I don't like? You start to get into that space of authority that God has given you, that you said, hey, you know what? I have the authority to create my world the way that I want it to be. That's my permission. That's my
Right.
God-given right. And once I start to become comfortable in that, then again, I become certain about things. I start to love myself more. That I'm not looking for something outside to satisfy me. I become satisfied internally. The more I become satisfied internally with God, then the more I can give love.
Okay. So do you feel like when a man doesn't know his purpose, that's when he tends to go into the deep end?
Absolutely. I was one of those. Things were a bit different for me. I had a lot of talents growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I could sing, I could draw, I played basketball. I did all of the things. I knew I had a purpose, but I wasn't sure how all of those things fit into what that purpose was.
Right.
and how I was going to live that out. Well, I mean, that caused me to do a whole lot of just different stuff, just trying stuff out, right? And in trying stuff out, I made a lot of blunders. I hurt myself and I hurt people, because doing those things, like I said, when you are uncertain, you do stuff trying to figure stuff out. You just testing the waters. You're testing the waters with people too. And you're also doing things to kind of soothe, because I'm saying, that feeling makes you feel erratic. We don't. One of the things, again, for me, because I have been very introspective, I've always looked at myself and I said, right now you feel out of control. And being aware that I felt out of control, I was also paying attention to the things that I was doing to feel in control or to just feel better. And for me, that closeness to a woman was one of those things. And so, I was in a lot of relationships and, a lot of encounters and those kinds of things, just trying to go through it. Those are, you live wild, you live reckless when you don't know what it is that you're doing. What purpose does is gives you focus.
Oh my goodness, you took the thoughts right out my head. Right on.
You know what I mean? And through focus, that starts to align your steps, which brings me around, shameless plug, to, you kind of asked me, off camera what I've been doing. And what I have been doing is building Focused Life Ministries.
Okay.
And I've been doing so with that self-same thing that I just mentioned in mind, with purpose and with focus in mind. A lot of times we don't realize that the things that we are trying to, whether we're calling it manifestation or, whatever it is that, whether it's terminology to receive from God or from higher power, whatever you call it, it comes with being able to, first of all, clearly define what it is that you want and to focus on that. And what you start to realize is, as you focus, all of the things that don't look like that, you stop giving it your attention. You pay attention to everything when you don't have clarity.
So my question is this, right? Now that you have that, do you feel fulfilled now?
Absolutely. I've never felt. Now, here's the thing. That feeling doesn't come from outside. So the reason that I can give it is because when we talking about giving love, because my sense of I feel I'm overwhelmed. I'm filled with purpose. I'm filled with love. I don't feel drained to give it out.
Right.
It emits from me.
And you tend to attract like-minded people.
Absolutely.
So would you say that you're stage 5?
I would. But I would say clearly that is intentional. You don't get there by accident. You don't get there being unaware.
So self-awareness is very important for a man to have in order to get to that place.
It is mandatory.
Wow. And so how does one get to that place? Like, does it have to be them, because I realize, well, sometimes people have to go to jail to have this awakening. Like, does it always have to be something that's like really bad? Because some people, even now thinking about it, I should get myself a thing in my head. But then you thinking about it.
Change.
4 stages of change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now thinking about it, is that why men have to lose something to appreciate it? Because they have to feel that that hurt or that emotion for them to realize what they have. Do they have to hit a deep end? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense.
So, well, think of it this way. You can think of it in commercial terms, right?
Okay.
So, in order for something to be to be considered valuable, it cannot be in abundance. It has to have some level of scarcity, right?
Okay.
And its value then now is its perceived value is based on your perception of availability. You can also then start to put in some other things, but here's kind of what I'm getting at when I say that. When the saying, you don't miss a good thing until it's gone, that's when you realize the scarcity of it. You realize that it is not just there in abundance, that it did have some value, and now that value can be taken away or can be removed from you. It makes you look at it again. See, when you're immature, you look at things like their toys. And so what happens is, well, I got this new toy. I play with it. I handle it. That's nice. It's mine. Cool.
It's mine.
Right. So I put this over here. Right. But I like toys.
Right.
So I put this over here. When I got a new toy, if I see a new toy or something else that interests me, it's not that I don't value it. I don't consider how valuable it is because this is something new.
Okay.
So I want to play with the new toy and
Right.
see what that is. And because this is mine, it'll be here when I get to it, if I get to it, whenever, because it's mine.
Mine.
Right? That sounds real immature, but right? That, you know what I'm saying? That's
But it makes sense.
Right? But when somebody takes it away, you think about a kid, right?
Right.
Now, they don't care about that toy being over there till another child
Wants the toy.
comes, pick that toy, and it's like, wait, no, that's mine.
Right. Right.
But you weren't, the adult says, but you weren't playing with it. Yeah, but that's mine. What is the adult saying? If you value it, then you have to protect it. The child is saying, I'll get to it when I get to it. So that level of maturity has to happen, right?
Right. And sometimes, and that's what I'm saying. I went and I used that because a lot of people don't go to jail. You know what I mean? But I do know that something like love is something that everybody goes through. And for that enlightenment of self-awareness to be like, you know what? That toy is really better than this toy.
But see, you're talking about, I think, something a bit higher than just love and that self-awareness. Yeah, that's all. Did you pull them up?
Mm-hmm.
What are the 4 stages of change?
The 4 stages of change. First one is shock and denial. You want me to go into it or
No, you just give it for it.
Okay. The second is anger and resistance. The third is acceptance and exploration, and the fourth is commitment.
Right, and these things happen when typically a person does not change until something drastic happens to cause them to bring their attention to it.
And that's somewhat where self-awareness can be developed.
Exactly.
Okay.
When you become mature in your self-awareness,
right,
you don't need a loud boom or a shock or something being taken away from you
right,
in order for you to realize that you need to continue to grow
right,
or to continue to, expand. That's that's kind of why I said, this stage of agape love is not one that you just get to and all of a sudden, hey, I'm enlightened and I know all and I be all, and because if you think that,
you didn't get there.
You're not there yet. If you think you're guru, you know what I'm saying, and now because being self-aware is being aware. When I said, you heard me say that, now I realize that all of these things that are within my world, so to speak, are a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
Then self-aware extends now just beyond just me.
Mm-hmm.
It extends to the people who I love. What's going on with you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
How can I serve you?
Yeah.
Because serving you serves me. You know what I mean? So it's a lot that goes into that whole, self-awareness bubble. And you were asking about, does it require something drastic to happen in order for you to get on the right path? Oftentimes it does. It's going to require what Will Smith said, either cliff top or rock bottom.
It's just loading. The live is just loading.
It's fine. I mean, my alarm went off, so
that was a while ago though. Well, while we see what's going on, Seven City said that perspective births intention.
Talk, Sid. And that is actually absolutely a fact.
It's working. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Maybe we were talking too long. Also, we have Coach Cotton over here on YouTube. She said there's a 5th stage of change that no one wants to talk about, which is relapse or regression.
Ooh.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the chin wiggle?
Ooh, that was a good one. That one hit deep.
Yeah, he liked that one.
He liked that one, Coach Cotton.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you talking about, and man, I've been on that kind of self-awareness journey, and I will veer off a little bit, but it's still on the same topic.
You know what? I'm going to have to bring you back to finish it, because the reason why I say I'm going to have to bring you back is, one, we're running out of time.
Absolutely.
And then, two, I want to talk about the journey. Like, if you had to help somebody on this journey, how would that happen? And I feel like that's a conversation that
Can I
can't
tell
be
you,
said.
that's real quick, and I will come back. But how I would do that is exactly what I have done. That's the whole point.
Right.
The reason that I've created Focus Life Ministries is so that I can give step-by-step instructions. I've written the books to do so.
Well, definitely. So next time, so the next time you come, that will be the topic.
Absolutely.
It's the ministry that you have, and we can finish, finish wrapping up the step 5. So my apologies to cut you off on that. We always ask 5 questions, okay? And so go ahead and ask the questions first.
All right, number 1. What is one emotion that you struggle to express, and why?
One emotion that I struggle to express, and why? Anger. I struggle to express anger because for me, I don't want to destroy relationships or what I feel like is my goal or intent in the conversation or whatever it is that I'm doing. And anger causes me to move in a way that could disregard what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. And so I oftentimes will move to just be agreeable as opposed to appropriately display anger. And so I work to balance that.
Okay. Number 2, what's something that men need to stop lying to themselves about?
Damn. I wasn't expecting that question. Go ahead, Sage.
That they were the best one she's ever had. No, I don't know.
I mean, bing.
One thing men should stop lying to themselves about. That they can do it all by themselves.
Oh, good. I like it. Let's see. What advice would you give a younger version of yourself about love, life, or manhood?
Advice that I would give a younger version of myself about love, life, or manhood. You're not going to get married that young. Don't do it.
No, that he said it from his heart.
No,
he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there.
What's this, question 4?
Look, that was for me.
I'm just saying. Look, this is a platform for men to speak freely and the women to understand.
We just here to listen.
We're here to listen. Okay. Go ahead. I learned a lot.
No, for real. What's something men don't hear enough growing up?
I love you.
Y'all hear that, ladies? And fathers, parents. Tell your kids you love them. And then the last one, I'm having trouble picking the last one because they gave me a few. What does accountability look like for you now?
What does accountability look like for me now?
Or
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry. You like that one?
Those would be the questions for every show because those are really good questions. Because they're thought.
Yeah, it gave me some really good ones.
Yeah, but those 5 I think sums up. I like that.
I think the last one would be good too.
That's 6 questions.
I know.
So accountability for me looks like always identifying my role in any given outcome and what it is that I could do if necessary to have learned, grown, or improved, not how it is that anything externally caused any thought, action, or emotion.
Is it okay for her to ask you another question?
Sure.
Yay! Okay. If you could say one thing to women watching who want to understand men better, what would it be?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Do you know? Let me cook.
That men love and love hard. And that oftentimes that expression comes across different. There's no universal way that that's displayed. It's going to be displayed based on their understanding. The real task is whether or not, as a woman, you can see if he has gotten at least your understanding of love, if he's received that in his lifetime, and can you perceive if he is a man who can be accountable? If you can see that in that man, then that's a man who might make mistakes, but will learn from them. That's what you're looking for when you're looking for a good man.
He's a good man, Savannah.
And to understand that in loving hard, one of the best things that you can do is when he is at home, figure out what safety looks like for him. You don't have to say it. For a lot of us, it ain't, some people want words of affirmation. I'll tell you about for me. For me, what safety looks like, I don't need a whole lot of words. I talk to people all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those men who understand that I'm going to have to make it happen. So even if things are tough, you telling me that it's going to be all right, I appreciate that. But whether it is or isn't, I'm going to have to do something. So those words won't necessarily move a man like me. Mm-hmm. What I appreciate in those moments of stress is presence. listen, I want to be able to curl up under you. If I need to lay on your lap, you put your hand on my head, or, you know, I need to feel like I can let go so that I can pick it all back up. Because that's what I'm going to do. And when you got a man who understands his purpose, then he going to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? What you want to do at home is you want to figure out how to make that environment safe for him. And if you make that environment safe for him, oh, he'll show you the love you're looking for. Because we love hard. We're looking to, but we got to feel safe. And we don't know how to say that a lot of times.
All right. So let's go ahead and give them the information, the deets, about your business and where they can reach you at.
All right, so you can reach me at focuslifeministries.org, just like it sounds, focuslifeministries.org. You can also reach that on social media as well. We are a brand new ministry, so you're not going to find a lot of content out there. Here's what I did, and I'll try to make this real short. Grew up in church, but understood for me, church was serving one part of our lives, but it didn't really kind of complete the cycle like it was intended. So we found ourselves going to church and then leaving church. You know what I'm saying? We still broke. We still, got mental problems. We still stress on and so forth. So what I did was I went to God and said, hey, well, what's my purpose? And God showed me the purpose in scriptures. He said, hey, this is you are the called out ones. Once you're called out, then this is what it is that I want you to do. And so what I've done is I've created businesses and organizations for us to take part in where we can co-op, where I have 3 businesses, the Smithson's Group, which handles community relations, and we are looking to purchase property actually right in South Fulton. We're looking at 2 properties, one in South Fulton, one in Stonecrest, where we are building affordable housing. We're building single-family homes with multi-units, retail. So full layout there. We'll talk more about that. We also have Isaac Smith and Powell, which is our lobbying firm, so where we do lobbying and policy so that we can actually do governmental relationships for the things that we're interested in. So creating communities, handling the government, serving our spiritual needs with the actual ministry and the practical teaching of how it is that we within our own bodies live better, and actually live longer, and showing the methods to do so. So talk more about that.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Okay, Bree, go ahead and let them know where you from, where you at, all the good stuff.
Okay, well, I'm from Mississippi.
Well,
no, y'all can follow me on IG at Bree_Badu on TikTok. And I think it's just Bree Badu. I'm usually just on there scrolling and just sharing stuff. I don't really post too much, but follow me anyway. But also make sure y'all follow our main page, Logic Over Emotions Pod. We're trying to get that up and running.
Yes, because you need 1,000 on there in order to go live. So Logic Over Emotions is powered by the Toya V Show. I am Toya V, Toya Victorious. You can follow me on Instagram at the Toya Victorious. You can also make sure, if you want to still use your phone, you can go on YouTube and search at Logical Motion Pod and actually watch us live on YouTube and still be able to use your phone. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we trying. We doing you? Yeah.
I'm sorry, can I say one more thing?
Always.
My bad. I forgot this. So you can also pre-order my book.
So when you come back, you gotta bring one. Yeah, so we can
I'm so sorry. But it is available on the focuslifeministries.org site. The Keys to the Kingdom book is available. And this is going to be literally a practical guide for perfected living. So we got to...
Man, you're going to get to that stage 5.
Absolutely.
We're going to get you there.
Yes.
We're going to keep watching.
Yes. So Logic Over Emotion is a platform for men to speak freely. I just want to give you some stats. 138 men a day unalive themselves. That is 36,000 men in United States a year. So we try to get a platform for men to be able to speak their emotions. Maybe some of y'all men can call in and actually get involved in the conversations. Thank you, Syra Radio. Thank you, Said, for even being a part of this conversation. It means a lot. It really do. It really does. Yeah, it really does. So like I said, this platform is for you men. You can DM Bree Badu. You can DM at the Toya V Show or at Logic Over Pod, Logic Over Emotions Pod, or this is Toya Victorious. If you want to be a guest and use this platform to get what you feel like people need to hear, what people need to know. Because as Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is most important pursuit. Urging people to prioritize gaining wisdom and understanding above all else, even if it costs everything you have. And you were tuned in to Logical Promotions, powered by the Toya V Show. Peace.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Hey.
Did you want to say something? No. Oh.